all about being strategic so that you are using your time actually on the social media apps wisely and getting the most bang for your $0.
Welcome to Thrive by Design, the podcast for ambitious, independent jewelry brands looking to profit from their products. Get ready to make more and sell more doing what you love without spending every single waking minute doing it. Hey, and if you're a creative, fashion, or product-based business, I want to welcome you to the show. I'll be dropping big tips on launching, growing, and scaling your business so you can spend more of your precious time using your creativity to make money. You ready? All right, let's do this.
Welcome to the Thrive by Design podcast, episode 420. Hey there, it's Tracy Matthews, back in action after a little bit of a vacation. This is actually my second episode, but I'm recording it the same day. It's my first day back from being on a 4-week vacation this summer. It was great to be back in New York City. I got to spend a week there, and I spent almost 3 weeks in Greece and Italy, and I love Europe so much. I love the food so much. It was delicious. I got some great sun. It was really hot in parts of Italy, but Jason and I had a blast with his daughters, and now I'm back helping you guys get ready for the holiday season. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that I get asked a lot, and this is all about how do you increase your engagement on Instagram, especially if you're not running ads. And, running Instagram ads or Facebook ads or any sort of advertising or promoted posts are one of the ways that you can boost your engagement, but it costs money, and a lot of you are building your business on a bootstrap. And I don't think getting more engagement on your Instagram actually requires you to spend money to do that. It's just all about being strategic so that you are using your time actually on the social media apps wisely and getting the most bang for your $0, I guess is the best way to put it. So Instagram is one of my favorite platforms for jewelry business owners to actually get customers and grow their sales, create community, etc. Now, last week, I just did an entire episode all about Threads. Threads is Instagram's new, basically, app that's kind of like Twitter or maybe the old Facebook feed that used to be when you would just do status updates on Facebook back in the day. This was when Facebook first came out. So it's an interesting episode. Listen to that as well. It's a short episode, and this one will probably be fairly short as well if you're interested in how to use the applications in tandem. But still, Instagram is going to be one of the best places to actually feature and show your jewelry. We'll see what happens with Threads. I think a lot of people will be spending time on there, which is great for a variety of reasons. And I also think that people who are spending their time building their business are going to have a better result. So today I want to talk about using Instagram to get more engagement. And one of the ways that you end up supercharging your online sales, building your email list, and getting more eyeballs on your work is through engagement on social media. Because the ultimate goal is not necessarily to keep people on the social media app. It is to move them from the app onto your email list. And if you haven't listened to my episode all about building your email list using Instagram, I did an episode 416, how to grow your email list using social media. And I gave you a bunch of ways that you can build your email list from Instagram and all these other platforms. So definitely check out that episode too. But this all comes in the heels of all of you who want to continue growing your online sales. I know that after the pandemic, a lot of people went back to in-person and people have been really enjoying it. But if all of you want to build a very leveraged business model where you don't necessarily have to be somewhere in order to make money, then you definitely want to be thinking about your online sales. And you also want to be thinking about your online platforms as a tool to make sales in a variety of different areas. So it's not just like point and click sales on your website. And I think people who only look at online selling as that are missing the boat, because there's so many ways that you can use online methods in tandem with your in-person methods to build all of your sales channel, whether it comes from wholesale, whether it comes from in-person shows, whether it comes from direct-to-consumer events, whether it comes from just people finding you on the internet. So we are hosting a 3-day challenge called Supercharger Online Sales, and We are using the same name that we have before, but we've actually completely revamped this challenge completely so that it's updated based on what is actually happening now in the world. So we're going to be bringing in AI training. I'm going to be talking about what's new in social media and all of the things that you need to do to algorithm proof your business so that you're growing your online sales and so that you're not concerned about where your next sale is coming from and what's happening. I really want you to feel confident when you're showing up in all these sales channels. So this challenge is designed to help you align all of those things in one place so that you're closing more sales. Sound good? Awesome. So we're running it. We know that people are still on summer break, but the holiday season is right around the corner. And if you snooze, you lose. And these next couple of weeks are actually quite critical in the success of you getting in front of editors and getting in front of wholesalers and getting prepared for the holiday season. It's almost like back to school season for jewelry businesses are in the middle of the summer if you want to capitalize on the busiest season of the year. So head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/Supercharge challenge and join us for the Supercharge Your Online Sales Challenge. It is going to be epic. Plus, we're bringing in a brand new bonus masterclass. We're going to teach you how to close sales like a boss on a variety of different platforms and increase your average order value, which I think is really important. So you don't necessarily need to get more customers. It's about getting more from each customer, I guess is the best way to put it. All right, so let's dive in to today's episode. I'm talking about 5 ways to get engagement without having to run ads on Instagram. And these are really tactical tips. So save this podcast for later, listen to it, take some notes, and then put this into action. And if it starts working for you or you enjoyed this episode, please find me on Instagram. Find me over at Tracy Matthews NY or at flourish_thrive. I love to hear from you. I definitely answer all of the DMs over on the at Tracy Matthews NY handle, and I want to get to know all of you. So if you like it, awesome. Okay, so the idea here is that you post on Instagram, and a lot of people are so busy they just post and ghost. Or they have notifications on all day and they're going back and forth all day and they're distracted. And so they waste a lot of time on the platform without getting a lot of results. So as I mentioned earlier, sure, you can put money behind your posts. You can run ads to get more traffic and engagement to your profile, which is great. We do that on a regular basis, and our Instagram profile has been growing significantly for the past several years through ads because we're getting new jewelry designers who find us. And so we have a great organic strategy that helps us grow our profile, but ads definitely work. So if you have money and you want to build your email list or sell your products, basically side effect or after effect of running those ads for your jewelry business is that naturally, if people like what they're seeing, they'll follow your profile. So that's a great way. It's not the only way though. And so if you're on a budget, I don't recommend starting here. And that's why I want to show you free ways to get engagement and to get your posts out into the feed. So the first step is to be strategic about when you're posting. Obviously, this isn't necessarily one of the 5 tips, but you want to make sure that you're posting during a time where your audience is online. So posting at midnight when all of your people are in the US, probably not a great time. Maybe a lot of people aren't going to see it. But if you post during the busiest hours that people are on the app and you check your analytics and kind of follow that, then pick a time to post and go. One thing that I have noticed is sometimes I'll just play around with it and I'll post something like right when I get up at 6 a.m. or I post something kind of later at night at like 9 p.m. because I don't really look personally at Instagram during the day. And I think a lot of people are like me. They're busy working. And unless they're, sorry to get gross, unless they're like taking their phone in the bathroom and like checking Instagram while they're peeing or whatever it is, sorry to be crass here, they're probably not on the app all day unless they're wasting time on their lunch break. So, but a lot of people are just scrolling on the app late at night or early in the morning. So think about that. Like, when are you posting, and do you want to test different times? Now, before you post, you want to do a couple of things 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after. I'm not totally sold that this is the exact order that it needs to happen, but doing all of these things 15 minutes before and then 15 minutes after you post whatever it is that you're posting and you get your stories going and you start engaging and all those things, then you might start to see, or you should start to see, an increase in engagement on the posts that you post. If you just post and close your phone and ditch it and then you're not engaging with people, then you might see that your posts don't get a lot of engagement, and that's something to just play around with. So first things first, what you want to do is when you open your app before you post, I would have your post ready to go. So you might want to queue it up, put it in draft mode. So whether you're doing just a picture post, a reel, or a carousel post, whatever it is, get it all drafted up and ready to go. Then I would look at some of your previous posts and see who has engaged with your content in the last day or two. Now find those people, whether they hearted, liked, commented on your post, sent you a DM, whatever it might be. Go to their profile and then check out if they have a story. If they do, watch their story, heart, like, comment on the story, and keep doing that for multiple people over and over again for about 15 minutes before you post. Another thing that you can do 15 minutes before you post, you can also do this after, is check out the comments and make sure that every comment on anything that you've posted has been liked and replied to. This is really important. Leave a thoughtful comment if you can. If they only post emojis, respond with emojis too. You can also start communication with them. There's a lot of call to actions that you can do to inspire commenting. And if you want to learn more about that, we're going to be teaching it in our Supercharger Online Sales Challenge. So that the strong CTA is really important. There's some strategies that will get people commenting so that, you know, you have people to reply to, right? So reply to all of those comments in a thoughtful way and like all of the comments. There's like a little heart emoji beyond it. Now then, assuming that that takes about 15 minutes, go ahead and post your content. And then pay attention as it's going on. If people are commenting in real time or they're liking it, then watch that and engage with that content. The next step, or tip number 3, is to check out your DMs. If you have direct messages or you have conversations from the previous day, or people are responding or thanking you for commenting on their stories or whatever it might be, head on over to the DMs and respond to those messages. Find a thoughtful way to send a message back or continue a conversation. Keep that going for a little while, because what this shows Instagram is that you're actually on the app and engaging. So do that for a couple minutes until they're all done. If you have a lot of them, just knock them all out, get them done, assuming you have time. Now, this is a strategy that we started doing recently. So if you're a new follower of ours, or if you're not following us yet, go over to @flourish_thrive. And assuming it's at a time where we see it, we will respond to all of the direct message or all of the new followers that we get. So my tip number 4 is when you get new followers, send them a direct message. You do not want to go straight into selling them immediately. This is a bad idea. Instead, what you want to do is say, thank you so much for following me and for supporting my small business. Every single follower counts. I love to get to know my followers. How did you find me? Or something like that, where it's not like, tell me a little bit about yourself, because that's a little bit weird. But how did you find me is a great way, because then someone might come back. They may or may not respond, but at least you've tried to open and start a conversation, and then just see where that conversation goes. And if it seems right and online, you can invite them to join your email list, if that seems like a good idea at the time. You have to really read the conversation and be able to, and I'm using air quotes here, read the room to be able to do that in an elegant way. You definitely don't want to see like, oh, thanks for following me. I have this VIP list. Come join it. That's like asking them for a sale. It's like asking someone to marry you on the first date. You want to warm them up first and get to know them. But they're going to really think it's thoughtful that you sent them a message. And if they don't and they unfollow you or something weird happens, then they're not your ideal customer and they're just spammy anyway. Also, check out the follower's profile first. There are a lot of spammers and bots and weird people on Instagram. So make sure that you are engaging with real accounts, not bot accounts. So if it seems like a sketch account, then it probably is. All right. And so my 5th tip here, and another way to increase your engagement on Instagram, is to go out and engage with ideal profiles. So you can do that by looking at the For You page on Instagram or the trending page, whatever that might look like. You can do that by looking at other people's content and finding people who are cool and follow them and comment and engage on their posts. You can do that by following hashtags. That's like an old school strategy. Find a hashtag that someone might be following and engage with their post. So just try to find a couple of ideal customers or ideal profiles, maybe is a better way to put it, a week, and just engage with those people and see what that does for you. Because what ends up happening is the Instagram algorithm naturally starts to notice similar types of people, and then you might be presented to them as someone to follow and vice versa. So there's some fun ways to kind of get in front of more ideal customers and more ideal people. All right, so here are my 5 tips before you post. You want to save your post in drafts, all that thing. So tip number 1, go to stories and engage with people's stories who have engaged with your content in the previous day. And then I want you to reply to all the comments before you post that from any previous day that haven't been responded to yet with a thoughtful comment. Then go ahead and post. And then after you post, you want to send direct messages. This is tip number 3, or reply to any direct message that you've gotten from the previous day. And then tip number 4 is to see if you have any new followers. If you do, send them a welcome message and engage with them and say, thank you so much for the follow, something really thoughtful. And then finally, spend a couple of minutes engaging with ideal profiles and follow some new people and check out what happens. Start watching if your engagement bumps and if things start going well and your business starts to grow because of that. And if not, just play around and keep testing. I notice that when we do this on a regular basis on our Instagram profile, we start to really see great things happen with the content that we post, and we start to notice a lot of traction. So check it out for yourself and see what's happening. And if you'd like to learn the latest in AI and how you can use that to speed up your marketing, and you want to just get better at marketing in general so that you're not overwhelmed and you're spending time doing the things with the most impact that actually grow your sales and increase your average order value, well, then join me for the Supercharge Your Online Sales Challenge that's starting on July 24th. Head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/Supercharge Challenge and join us there today. I'm super excited. We're bringing in a brand new free masterclass as a bonus for this as well. I'm going to be talking about some ways that you can increase your average order value and basically get more bang for your time by doing less and getting a better result. That sounds good? Awesome. All right, this is Tracy Matthews signing off. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. And if you enjoyed it, I would love to hear a positive rating from you. So let me know what you're enjoying about the podcast. And also, I'm playing around with doing different types of formats, making the episodes maybe a little shorter, or do you want them longer? Let me know what is vibing for you. Ciao, ciao for now.